doubt whatsoever about that. The register of his burial was signed by the clerk, the clergyman, the undertaker, and the chief mourner. Scrooge signed it. Scrooge's name was considered good for any piece of business that he chose to put his hand to. Marley was dead as a doornail. Now, I don't know what there is particularly dead about a doornail. I would think a coffin nail would be a deader piece of iron, but far be it from me to change the impression of the country's downfall. But let me repeat once again, emphatically, that Marley was dead. Scrooge knew he was dead. Of course he did, how could he not? They had been partners for I don't know how many years. Scrooge is the sole executor, the sole administrator, his sole friend, and the sole person who mourned him. Well, if Scrooge can be said to have mourned at all. Scrooge never painted out old Marley's name. There it stood years later above the warehouse door, Scrooge and Marley. Sometimes people new to the firm called Scrooge Scrooge, and sometimes Marley. But he answered both names. It made no difference to him. The night was cold and the fog was thick as pea soup on that Christmas Eve of 1843, when Scrooge sat at his counting desk with his clerk nearby trying to warm himself at a candle. But since he did not have much of imagination, he failed.
A Merry Christmas, Uncle.
What?
I said a Merry Christmas, Uncle. God save you.
Ah, humbug.
Christmas a humbug, Uncle. Surely you don't mean that.
Of course I mean it. Merry Christmas indeed. What reason have you to be merry? You're poor enough.
What reason have you to be dismal? You're rich enough.
Bah. Away with Merry Christmas. What's Christmas to you, except a time for paying bills without money? A time for finding yourself a year older and not an hour richer. If I could work my will, any fool who goes about with Merry Christmas on his lips should be boiling his own pudding and begging for a steak of holly for his heart. He should.
Uncle!
Nephew, you keep Christmas in your way, and let me keep it in mine.
Keep it, but you don't keep it.
Let me leave it alone then. Not as good as done you.
Well, there are many things from which I've been, even if they don't show a profit, I dare say, Christmas among the rest. And though it has never put a scrap of silver or gold in my pocket, I believe it has done me good and will do me good, so I say God bless it.
Another sound out of you, and you'll be keeping Christmas by losing your position.
Don't be angry, Uncle. Come and dine with us tomorrow.
I'll see myself in hell back.
But why, Uncle?
Why? Why? Let me ask you a question. Why did you get married recently?
Because I fell in love, of course.
Love. He fell in love. Good afternoon, nephew.
I want nothing from you. I ask nothing of you. Why can't we just be friends?
Good afternoon.
I'm sorry to find you so resolute. I came all this way to give you greetings of the season, and I'll keep my Christmas humor to the last. So a Merry Christmas, Uncle.
Good afternoon.
And a Happy New Year.
Good afternoon.
And a Merry Christmas to you too, Bob Cratchit.
Merry Christmas to you, thank you, sir.
There's another fellow, my clerk. 15 shilling a week, a wife and family. Talking about a Merry Christmas. Got to retire to bed.
Mr. Scrooge or Mr. Marley, I believe. Have I the pleasure of addressing Mr. Scrooge or Mr. Marley?
Marley's dead. In fact, he died 7 years ago this very night.
I'm quite sorry to hear it, but I have no doubt his generosity is well represented by his surviving partner. At this festive season of the year, Mr. Scrooge, it is more than usually desirable that we make slight provision for the poor, who suffer greatly at this present time.
And what of the prison? Did they disappear?
Oh no, sir, there's still plenty of prisons.
The workhouses for the poor. Still in operation, are they?
They are still. I wish I could say they were not.
The treadmill and the poor law still in full vigor, are they?
Yes, very busy, sir.
Oh, well, from what you had said, I thought something had stopped them in their useful course. I'm glad to hear it.
Given that they scarcely furnish Christian cheer to the multitude, a few of us are trying to raise a fund for the poor, to buy the poor the means of warmth, to buy them meat and drink. We choose this time because it is a time above all others when want is keenly felt and abundance rules us all. What shall I put you down for?
Nothing.
Ah, you wish to be anonymous then?
I wish to be left alone. I do not make merry myself at Christmas, and I cannot afford to make idle people merry. I am tax-free institutions that I mentioned, and they cost enough. Those who are badly off must go there.
But many can't go there. Many would rather die.
Well, if they'd rather die, then I suppose they should just go ahead and do it and reduce the surplus population. Besides, I wouldn't know anything about it.
Well, you could know it, sir.
Why? I have enough business of my own to bother with other people's. My business occupies me constantly, and I will thank you to leave me to it. Good afternoon, sir.
Let's be married.
Get out of here, you! Unless we bother that noise. You're one all day tomorrow, I suppose.
It is quite convenient, sir.
But it's not convenient. That's not fair. And if I were to hold back half a crown for it, you would feel yourself abused, no doubt. But you won't feel me ill-used for paying a day's wages for no wife. Here. A poor excuse for picking a man's pocket every 25th of December. Be here all the earlier next morning.
Yes, sir. Surely shall.
Father,
Hello, my dear son.
I've been waiting for you.
Let's go by Cornhill and watch the children play.
I feel like I'm getting stronger every day.
You know what tomorrow is?
Christmas Day.
And I have the whole day off to be with my family.
Hooray for Christmas.
Oh, Scrooge. He was a tight-fisted hound at the grindstone he was. A squeezing, wrenching, grasping, clutching, covetous old sinner to be sure. Secret, self-contained, and solitary as an oyster. He carried his own low temperature with him everywhere he went. He iced at office in the dog days and did not throw off 1 degree at Christmas. Scrooge always took the same lonely dinner in the same lonely tavern, and tonight was no different. He ate his dinner and beguiled himself with his banker's books until he decided it was time to take himself home to bed. He lived in chambers which had once belonged to his deceased partner. They were a gloomy suite of rooms, but no one lived in them but Scrooge, all the other rooms being let out as offices. The fog and frost so hung about the black old gateway that it seemed as if the genius of the weather sat in mournful silence on the threshold. Upon entering his chamber, Scrooge took off his cravat, put on his dressing gown, nightcap, and slippers, and sat down before the fire to take his gruel, for he had a cold in his head. It was a very low fire indeed, nothing on such a cold night. He was obliged to sit close to it and brood over it to extract any sense of warmth from such a handful of fuel. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace,
What do you want with me?
Ask me who I was.
Oh, okay. Who are you then?
In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley. much is expected.
I won't believe it.
What evidence do you have to doubt my reality beyond your senses?
I don't know.
You doubt your senses.
Well, a little thing affects them. A small disorder of the stomach turns them into cheese. You might be an undigested bit of beef, a ruffled mustard, a fragment of underdone potato. There's more of gravy than a grave about you.
Man of the worldly mind, do you believe in me or not?
Oh, I do. I must. But why have you come to me?
It is required of every man that his spirit walk amongst his fellow men and travel far and wide. And if he does not do so in life, he is condemned to do so after death, to witness what he cannot share, to have turned to happiness. Woe is me!
You are fettered. Tell me why.
I wear this chain I forged in life. I made it link by link and yard by yard. And I wear it of my own free will. Is this pattern strange to you? Do you not know the length and the weight of the toil you bear yourself? It was but 7 Christmas Eves ago, and you have toiled on it since. It is a pounder's trade!
Oh, Jacob, speak comfort to me.
I cannot, for I have none to give. I cannot rest nor linger anywhere. I never went beyond the narrow vision of our money-changing home. Oh, no Christian spirit working outside of his kindly sphere of influence will find his mortal life too short for a vast means of usefulness. No amount of regret can ever atone for a life misused. Yet such was I. Such was I!
Oh, but Jacob, you were always such a good man at business.
Business? Business? Humankind was my business. The common welfare was my business. Mercy and charity, forbearance and benevolence were my business. The dealings of our trade were but a drop of water in the vast ocean of my business. Oh, why did I walk through life with my eyes turned down instead of rising up to that blessed star that guided 3 wise men to a poor abode? Why couldn't its blessed illumination have guided me to poor homes in time of need? Listen, my time is short.
I will, but don't be hard on me.
I'm here to warn you, Ebenezer, that you have a chance to escape my fate. A chance I have received for you.
Oh, well, you always been a good friend.
You will be visited by 3 spirits.
Is this the chance you mentioned?
It is.
Oh, well, I think I'd rather not.
Without their visit, you cannot shun the path I tread. Tomorrow night you will be visited by the first spirit as the bell tolls 1.
Well, can't we have it more than once and have it over with, Jacob?
The next night you will be visited by the second spirit at the same time. The final spirit will come the last night as the bell tolls midnight. You will see me no more. Ebenezer, do not forget what has passed between us.
Humbug. Oh.
As Scrooge lay in his bed and thought it over, he could make nothing of it. The more he thought, the more perplexed he became, and the more he endeavored not to think, the more he thought. Marley's spirit bothered him exceedingly. Every time he resolved within himself that it was all a dream, his mind flew back again, like a strong spring released, back to its first position, and presented the same problem to be worked all through.
Was it a dream then? Water passed. Half past. Quarter to 8. The other 12 and nothing else. I think it's you are the spirit I was told about.
I am.
Who and what are you?
I'm the spirit of Christmas past.
Long past?
No, your past.
Oh, well, might we turn down that light that accompanies you?
What? Would you so soon put out the light I give? Yours are the dark passions that would extinguish the light of truth.
Oh, well, sorry. Didn't mean to offend. What brings you here?
Your welfare, of course.
Well, I can think of nothing more conducive to my welfare than a night of uninterrupted sleep.
The Reformation, then. Take heed, rise, and walk with me.
I was bred in this place. I was a boy here.
Your lip is trembling and one's up on your cheek.
What? Oh, a pimple. Nothing. Lead on, Spirit.
Do you remember the way, Ebenezer?
Remember it. I was walking blindfolded.
Strange that you've forgotten it for so many years.
Oh, look. There's David Masterson. And Robert Estes. Hello!
These are merely shadows of things that have been. They are not aware of us. The school's not quite deserted. A solitary child, neglected by his friends, is left there still.
Oh boy. My mother died, giving birth to my sister. My father grew morose and seemed to begrudge us ever after. It's too late now.
What is it?
Well, there was a boy singing a carol at my door yesterday. I should like to have given him something, that's all.
Dear, dear brother,
Fawn, little Fawn, you've grown.
I've come to bring you home, dear brother.
Home, little Fawn?
Yes, home, for good and all. Father's much kinder than he used to be. He was in a pleasant mood just the other night, so that I was not afraid to ask him once more if he might come home. And he said yes, you should, and he said he'd bring you. And Ebenezer, he's arranged an apprenticeship for you, to be a man, to begin your career. You'll never have to spend another moment at this dreadful school. First, we'll be together all Christmas long, and have the merriest time in all the world.
Your sister was a frail creature and often ill, but she had a large heart.
Thanks, she did. You're right about that, Spirit. I'll not contradict it, God forbid.
Come, Ebenezer, pack your things. The carriage is just outside.
Are you sure Father is ready to have me home?
Oh, yes, I am sure of it.
But where am I to be a princess?
You're to work for a wonderful man, Mr. Fezziwig, who keeps a great house. Now come, you mustn't keep the carriage waiting.
Your sister died a young woman, but as I recall, she had a child?
Yes. A son, my nephew. His name was Fred Hollowell.
Your nephew, Ebenezer, the only family you have left.
Yes. That is true.
Come, Ebenezer, it's time to see another Christmas.
Oh! This is when I was apprentice. Look, there's old Fezziwig. Oh, that's his heart. Fezziwig alive again. And there's Dick Wilkins. Oh, we were the best of friends.
Dick, Ebenezer, that's quite enough work for tonight. All work and no play makes a man dull. And it's Christmas Eve after all. Let's put these things away. I say it's time for a party. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Get on, you two. Well, it's something to see you again. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, lad.
It's such a small thing to make these silly people feel so much gratitude and joy.
Small thing.
Is it not? After all, what did he do, this Fezziwig? Spend a few pounds on a party? He just deserves such praise as this?
It isn't that spirit. Mr. Fezziwig has the power to make us happy or unhappy. He can make our work pleasant or miserable, just in the way he looks at us, the way he dresses us. 1,000 such small things can add up until the happiness he gives is as great as if it cost a fortune. But, oh,
What is it?
I wish I could say a word or two to my clock just now, that's all.
Come, Ebenezer, my time grows short. Look,
This was not addressed to Scrooge, nor to anyone whom he could see, but it produced an immediate effect. For once again, Scrooge saw himself. He was a young man now, in the prime of life. His face had not the harsh, rigid lines of later years, but had begun to wear the signs of care and avarice. There was an eager, greedy, restless motion in the eye which showed the passion that had taken root, and where the shadow of the growing tree would fall.
I know it matters very little to you. Another idol has displaced me. And if it can make you as happy as I would have tried to do, I have no reason to cry.
What idol has displaced you?
A golden one.
Now, there's a double standard for you. All the world speaks so vehemently against poverty, yet it condemns the pursuit of wealth just as harshly.
You fear the world too much, Ebenezer. All your other hopes have merged into the one hope of eluding the disdain of others. I have seen your noble virtues fall away, one by one, until nothing is left but one master passion. The pursuit of profit, it consumes you.
What then? Even if I've grown more wiser and astute, I still haven't changed my feelings towards you.
Oh, Ebenezer, our promise to one another is an old one. We made it when we were young and poor, and happy to remain so until we can improve our fortune together by patience and hard work. But you've changed. You are not the same man. Tell me, Amuse, if all of this had not happened, would you seek me out and try to win me now? A poor dowerless girl with nothing to offer to a marriage? Just as I thought. You may feel sad now, Ebenezer, but I've no doubt that you'll dismiss the thought of me very soon. As if you were glad to have awoken from a bad dream. May you be happy in the life you have chosen.
Billy, take me away from this place. Conduct me home. Why do you enjoy torturing me?
I told you, these are shadows things that have been. That they are what they are. Do not blame me.
Take me away from here. I can bear no more. No more.
After this mighty struggle, if that can be called a struggle, Scrooge is conscious of being exhausted and overcome by an irresistible drowsiness. And further, being in his own bedroom once again, he barely had time to reel to sleep, to reel to bed before he sank into a heavy sleep.
Ebenezer Scrooge! Come here and know me better, man. I am the spirit of Christmas presents. You have never seen the likes of me before, eh?
No, never.
Never walked forward with any of my elder brothers in these later years?
I don't think I have. Have you many brothers, Billy?
Well, more than 1,800.
But a tremendous family to provide for.
Take my robe, Ebenezer Scrooge.
Where, pray tell, are we going?
You will see.
Is there a peculiar flavor in that which you sprinkle about?
Well, there is indeed. My own.
Would it have anything to do with any kind of dinner on this day?
To any kindly given, a poor one most.
Why a poor one the most?
Well, because it needs it most.
Spirit, why do you, all the beings in the many worlds about us, strive to deprive these people's opportunities for innocent enjoyment? Well, you would deprive them of the chance for dining every seventh day, when markets are closed. Often on the only day they can be said to dine at all, wouldn't you? Well, you seek to close these businesses on that day, and it amounts to the same thing.
I seek?
Well, forgive me if I am wrong, but it has been done in your name, or at least done in your family.
There are many upon this earth who claim to know us, and who do their deeds of passion, pride, ill will, hatred, bigotry, and selfishness in our name, and who are strangers to us and all our kith and kin as if they have never lived. Charge them doings on themselves, not us.
Martha?
I'm afraid she won't be home this Christmas.
What, not coming home for Christmas?
Tonight he can't behave himself in church.
He did. Good as gold. And better somehow. He gets thoughtful sitting by himself so much and thinks the strangest things. He told me on the way home he hoped that the people saw him in church because he's a cripple and helped them to remember who it was that made lame beggars walk and blind men see. But he seems stronger every day. I just know it.
Martha, help me with the goose.
It's such a goose, Father, such as we've never had before.
Mother has good stuff this year.
We got it for a good price, too.
Merry Christmas to us all. God bless us.
God bless us, everyone.
I had no idea Francis had a crippled son.
I wonder why.
Tell me, Philip, where the boy live?
I see a vacant seat at this table and a crutch without an owner, carefully preserved. If these shadows remain unaltered by the future, the child will die.
No, tell me the boy will be spared.
If these shadows remain unaltered by the future, none other of my race will see him here. But if he is to die, then let him do it and decrease the world's surplus population.
You use my own words against me.
Yes, so that in the future perhaps you will hold your tongue until you have discovered what the surplus population is and where it is. Who are you to decide who shall live, who shall die? It might be that in the sight of heaven.
I give you a touch. The Ebenezer Scrooge, the founder of our feast.
The founder of our feast, indeed. I'd like to give you a piece of my mind to feast upon and may have a good appetite for it.
My dear, the children, Christmas Day.
Christmas Day should be the day that we toast the odious, stingy, unfeeling man as Ebenezer Scrooge. No one knows it better than you, Bob.
My dear, have a little charity.
All right. I'll toast for your sake and for the day's sake, but not for his. Long live to him. A very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I've no doubt he'll be very merry indeed and very happy.
Mr. Scrooge,
Mr. Scrooge,
I think it's time for a song.
a Christmas carol.
What shall we sing?
He said that Christmas was a humbug. He believed it, too.
Not shame for him, Fred.
However, he's really a comical little fellow, and not so pleasant as he might be. But his offenses carry their own punishment, and I have no pity for him.
Well, I'm sure he's very rich, but at least you always tell me so.
But his wealth is of no use to him. He doesn't do any good with it. He doesn't make himself comfortable with it, and I doubt he would ever consider benefiting us with it.
Well, I have no pity for him.
Oh, but I have. Who suffers by his ill whims? Himself, anyway. Here, he takes it into his head to dislike us, and he won't come and dine with us. What's the consequence? He loses some pleasant moments which could do him no harm. I mean, to give him the same chance every year. But I think I may have cracked the old boy yesterday. And he's given us plenty of merriment, and it would be ungrateful not to drink his health. So here's to Uncle Scrooge.
Uncle Scrooge.
I would normally take offense at such tasteless bonfire and laugh at my expense. But given the general gaiety of the occasion, I'm inclined to overlook it.
Well, that is quite noble of you.
Spirit, the Cratchit boy, has he no refuge or resource?
Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses?
take it I am in the presence of the spirit of Christmas yet to come? You will show me things that have not happened, but that will happen in the time before us, with your own spirit. Spirit, I fear you more than any specter I have seen. Will you not speak to me? Very well then. Be on. The night is passing fast, and it's precious time to me. Be on, spirit. Oh. I know this woman.
No, I don't know anything about it outside. I will know his dad.
When did he die?
Last night, I believe.
Why, what's the matter with him? I thought he would never die.
God knows.
What has he done with all his money?
I haven't heard. What is his company, perhaps? Oh, that's up to me.
Well, it's likely to be a cheap funeral. I don't know anybody who will go to it. Suppose we make up a party and volunteer.
Well, I don't mind if lunch is provided, but it must be fed for all its troubles worth.
Well, it matters little to me. I never wear black gloves and I never eat lunch. But I'll offer to go if anyone else will. Well, off to business. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Have these women no sense of decency or decorum? Billy, surely there is someone who feels some sort of emotion connected with this man's death. But show that person to me, I beg you.
I was here first, Miss Silver should be after me, and the Undertaker's married me third. Isn't it something, old Joe? All of us met here without meaning it.
You couldn't have met in a better place. Why don't you all come in?
What odds then? What odds, Miss Silver? Every person has the right to take care of himself. He always did. No, indeed. No man more so. Don't stand if you're afraid, woman. Who's the wiser? We're not going to pick holes in each other's coats, I suppose.
Oh, we should hold on.
Well, who's the worse for the loss of a few things like these? Not a dead man, I suppose. No, indeed. If old Screw wanted to keep him after he's dead, why wasn't he more natural in his lifetime? If he had been, he'd have somebody look after him when he was struck with death instead of lying, gasping his last there all alone by himself.
It's the truest word ever spoke, Mrs. Oliver. It's a judgment on him.
And it should have been a tougher one you can count on, if I could lay my hands on anything else. Now open that bundle, old Joe, and tell me if it's valuable, eh? I'm not afraid to be the first, nor afraid for them to see it. We knew pretty well we were helping ourselves before we met here, I believe. It's no sin to see to one's livelihood.
Mrs. Tackleton. She's been a busy woman. Let's see down in here. A seal, a pencil case, a pair of sleeve buttons. I'll give you £1.80, not another penny if I was to be boiled for not doing it. Now, Mrs. Dilber. £3 even and not another half a crown.
And now up of my bundle, Joe, I was the first.
And what do you call those? Curtains?
Curtains.
You mean you just took them down?
And why not? He wasn't out to catch a cold Adam, I dare say.
I hope he didn't die of anything catchy, eh?
Don't you be afraid of that. I wasn't so fond of his company that I lorded about if he did. You can look through that shirt to your eyes ache, but you won't find a whole nut, threadbare place in it. It's the best one he had, and a fine one too. They would have wasted it had it been for me.
And what do you call wasting it?
Putting him in to be begging, to be sure.
£4, 6 shillings and 2 pence, and not a penny more if I was to be boiled for not doing it.
And this is how it ends. He scared everyone away from him when he was alive, to profit us when he was dead.
Spirit, this is a fearful place. I can think of no reason to bring me to this godforsaken part of the city, except that the case of this unfortunate man might be my own. Yes, the things he have stolen are similar to mine. I see the point. But, Spirit, surely there's someone who feels some sort of tenderness connected with the dead. some sort of emotion.
Finally, you've come home, Thomas. What have you heard? Is it good or bad?
It is bad, I'm afraid.
Are we ruined, Thomas? Did he deny it next time he asked for it? Has he evicted us?
No, there is hope yet.
Only for repent, that old miser. Nothing in the past helped us such a miracle has happened.
He is past Rivendell. He is dead.
Dad, oh Lord, he prays. Thank God for you.
I thought he was merely trying to avoid me. But what I had been told is quite true. Not only was he very ill, but he was dying, even then.
To whom were our dead patients buried?
I don't know, but before then, we'll be ready with the money. And if we want, it'll be a bad fortune indeed to find a creditor who's as merciless as he. We may sleep tonight with light hearts, Caroline.
Hey, Smitty! I asked to see some emotion connected with the dead. You showed me only pleasure. I demand to see some tenderness connected with the dead.
And he took a child, and set him in the midst of them. And he said unto them, Wherever you welcome a little child, you welcome me.
Color hurts my eyes. They're better now. Candlelight makes them weak, and I wouldn't want to show weak eyes to your father when he comes home. Not for the world. It must be near his time.
Past it, rather. I think he's walked a bit slower these last few nights.
I've known him to walk with Tiny Tim upon his shoulder very fast indeed.
And so have I.
And so am I.
But he was so light to carry, and his father loved him so, but it was no trouble at all. Is that your father now?
I went by there today, that's why I'm late. Should have seen how green it was. I promised him we'd all come by on Sunday and see it. But Peter, on the way home there, I saw Tuesday at Red Hollowell, and he asked me because I was a little down. I said, Ron, I'm ready to tell him. He said, I'm heartily sorry, Mr. Cratchit, heartily sorry. And he gave me his card and said I should call him at home. Well, it's not for the sake of what he might do for us that I'm thankful, but for his kind words. And Peter, I've got some good news for you.
What is it, Father?
Mr. Hollowell told me he'll secure an apprenticeship for you. You'll begin at 8 shillings a week starting Tuesday next.
8 shillings a week?
Soon you'll be keeping company with the young lady, Peter, and setting up a house for yourself.
That will happen soon enough. But until then, let's not all forget our poor Tiny Tim, shall we?
No, never, Father.
And now, my dears, when we think how patient and mild he was, although he was a little child, let us not forget him in doing it.
No, never, Mother.
Did it? I feel the hour of our parting is at hand. I know it, but I don't know how. Tell me, the man they spoke of, the one who died, who was he? Before I draw nearer to that stone at which you prayed, answer me one question. Are these the shadows of things that will be, or the shadows of things that may be only? The course of a man's life, if persevered in, must determine certain ends. I accept it, but if he departs from those courses, the ends must change. Say it is so with what you show me. Am I that man? Am I the man who died and no one mourned? Say it isn't so, Spirit, say it isn't so. Spirit, hear me. I'm not the man I was. I'm not the man I would have been if not for your intervention. Why show me this if I am past all hope? Surely your Spirit intercedes for me and pities me. Show that I may change these shadows by a changed life. I will honor Christmas in my heart and strive to keep it all the year. I will remember the lessons of the past. I will live in the present and strive toward the future. The spirits of all three will strive within me. I will not shut out the lessons that they teach. Oh, that I may smudge away the writing on the stone.
Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your King. Good wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Bring us some figgy pudding, now bring us some figgy pudding, now bring us some figgy pudding and bring some out here.
How long have I been with the spirits? I don't know. But I'm alive. I'm alive. I don't know what to do. I feel light as a feather. I'm happy as an angel. I'm merry as a schoolboy. Hey, boy! No. Come here. What day is it?
Why it's Christmas Day?
Christmas Day. Are you quite sure about that?
I just say I am.
Oh, right. The spirits. They did it all in one night. Of course. They can do anything they like. Do you know the Potters? The next street over the one at the corner?
I just say I do.
What a nice boy. Do you know if they have sold the prize turkey that was hanging up there?
You mean the one as big as me?
What a remarkable boy. Yes, my young buck. The one as big as you.
Why take me there now?
Oh, well, you must go and buy it. Yes, right? You must go and buy it and bring it round so that I can tell them where to deliver it. Bring them back and I'll give you a shilling. Yes, I'll give you a shilling. Bring them in less than 5 minutes and I'll give you half a crown. I sent it to Bob Cratchit. He would know who sent it. I won't tell him. Oh my, that turkey is twice the size of Tiny Tim. Tiny Tim. Oh. Tiny Tim will live. On my soul, Tiny Tim will live. Oh, my spirit. I can't believe it. They did it all in one night. Christmas happiness and the spirit in Christmas time be praised for this. I say to my knees, dear Lord, on my knees, a Merry Christmas to everybody. A Happy New Year to all the world.
He's happy.
Tiny Tim. It's twice the size of you, my man. Merry Christmas, madam.
Merry Christmas, sir.
Oh, it's impossible to carry that to Camden Town. You must have a cab.
Camden Town, sir?
Yes, this splendid turkey is to go to the home of Bob Cratchit and family in Camden Town. Here, I've written the directions down.
Thank you, sir.
And here's money for the delivery, for the turkey.
Thank you, sir.
And the delivery.
Thank you, sir.
And a tip for you.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, and for you, my good lad. Half a crown.
Thank you, sir.
Well deserved, my lad, well deserved. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Oh, there you are. yesterday. It's a very good thing you're doing, a very good thing.
Mr. Scrooge?
Yes, that is my name. I fear it isn't pleasant to you. Allow me to ask for your forgiveness.
Yes, sir.
And will you do me the favor?
Lord bless you, my dear. Are you quite serious?
If you please, not a farthing less. There's quite a many back payments in that, I assure you. Will you do me that favor?
My dear sir, I would say such generosity.
Just don't worry about it. Don't say anything. Just come around and see me sometime. Will you do that? Come see me?
I will.
Thank you. I'm much obliged. I thank you 50 times. Bless you, and Merry Christmas.
Would you believe it if I told you Scrooge went to church that day? He did, and walked about the street, looked down into the kitchens of houses and up to the windows, and patted children on the head, and asked questions of beggars, and found that everything he saw could give him pleasure. Scrooge had never imagined that any walk, and anything at all, could give him such pleasure. In the afternoon, he turned his steps towards his nephew's house.
I know, my dear, but my wife shall have the best on Christmas Day.
Oh, why, thank you.
And I love you, my dear.
I love you too. Now, who can that be?
Why, I don't know. No one's expected at this hour.
Merry Christmas, Fred!
Uncle Scrooge!
Yes, it is I, your Uncle Scrooge. I recall an invitation from you to come and dine with you yesterday. If that invitation is still in force, I should like to accept.
Why, I don't know what to say.
You could say, by humbug, a retort of which I heartily repent and promise to never use again. Or you could say, come in.
Come in? Why, of course come in. You have made us both very happy. And may I introduce you to my wife, Janet. Janet, my Uncle Scrooge.
Oh, my dear. It is easy to see now why my nephew chose you among women. You're indeed every bit as lovely as I have heard.
Why, thank you, Uncle Scrooge. We're very happy to have you here.
Oh, I am sorry for the things that I said about Christmas, and for the poor reception I gave you yesterday, for which you were so undeserving. I see my sister's image in your face. I loved her, you know, and she you.
I know it, Uncle Scrooge, and she wished that until her dying day that we would be the best of friends.
And so we are, Fred. And so we shall be. So we shall be.
The next, as if any other day, was walking to work. But today, there was a smile the size of the sun on his face, and he was giddy as a schoolboy, for he knew that before the day was out that he would perform many a good deed. But first, he knew who he must help, the man who deserved it more than anyone he had ever met. He would give Bob Cratchit the Christmas he deserved, a Christmas the man would never forget in a very, very long time.
Mr. Cratchit, you're late, sir.
Sorry, sir.
What do you mean coming here this hour of the day?
I was making ready with my family yesterday.
Step this way, if you please, Cratchit. Now, sir. I've had about all I can stand, my friend. I'm not going to take it any longer. And therefore, And therefore, I'm going to double your salary. Yes, Bob Cratchit, I am going to double your salary. A Merry Christmas to you. A merrier Christmas than I have given you in many a year. And from now on, I plan to help your family in any way I can. And as for Tiny Tim, he will walk again. I know it. Now, don't say another word. We will discuss the particulars of a bit of smoking bishop before you can so much as dot another eye, Bob Cratchit.
Scrooge did it all, and infinitely more. And to Tiny Tim, who did not die, he was a second father. He became as good a friend, as good a master, and as good a man as London had ever known. And furthermore, it was always said of Ebenezer Scrooge that he was a man who knew how to keep Christmas and keep it well, if any man alive possessed the knowledge. So let that be said of us, and of all of us. And so, as Tiny Tim observed,
God bless